start explaining to you how this lobby is going to work and what we're going to be doing for how your time is going to be spent for the hour and a half. So, during this, we will be going over some Overwatch stuff and communication. The main goal of this lobby is going to be communication stuff. So, oh, actually, you know what? I think they have. I think there we go. Yep. Okay, good. They already have the lobby. Okay. So the main goal of this is going to be working on communication and everything like that. So if you guys are new here, then go ahead and listen. If you guys have been here before, then just go ahead, take a seat back, and go from there. How this is going to work is around 7 to 12 minutes or so is going to be me explaining the 3 roles of Overwatch on communication basis and going into detail on like what you would be doing and stuff like that. After that, we're going to be going into some settings for about 1 to 3 minutes, depending on how long it takes you guys to pick those settings and stuff to kind of make things a little bit easier. And then after that, we will be playing for, usually ends up being around an hour and 10-ish minutes or so, playing in the against people from stream and Discord. So that's why we're in here. So do any of you guys have any questions or anything like that before we get started? No? Okay then I guess we can go ahead and get started here. So welcome everybody. There's 3 basic rules of Overwatch. You have your shot caller, you have your shot caller, you have your target caller, and you have your ult tracker. I say these in a specific order because this is the order that they usually will talk in. Your shot caller will be the first one to talk. They will be talking during the loading screen, during the hero select screen, all that type of stuff, before the fight starts, everything. They're pretty much going to be talking before anything major is going to be happening as a shot caller. Then also when building your team comp, they're also going to be telling you what the pathing and playstyle of the team comp is going to be. If it's going to be anything kind of wacky or something like that, make sure you mention that to our team. And if it's something standard and everybody kind of knows the map and what we're probably going to be doing, then you don't really need to explain any specifics or anything like that. Now mid-fight, the only thing you're really going to be doing as a shot caller for the basic part is just going to be telling us if we need to continue engaging or disengage after we're down 1 or up 1. Well, obviously if we're up 1, we're going to probably keep going for it, but if you see the team pulling back and we need to keep pushing for it, then you need to tell your team to keep playing aggressive. So just kind of keep that in mind when it comes to during fight, what you need to be saying. It's very important that when you're talking and being a shot caller, telling our team to continue engaging or that we can keep fighting this for your support line. Because if your support line has ultimates online and we hear that, oh yeah, this fight is winnable. Oh, I don't know what happened to Kawaii. I'll invite them back in. Oh, they're already in group. They will be blocked. Okay, let's get another person in here real quick. Go ahead, pause the time real quick. Since we just kind of got started on that, we'll just pause the time and reset it. So
I'm gonna switch, make it easier on me. There we go.
Yeah, I don't see.
Because I figured someone else wanted to take tank.
Huh.
Looking around.
All right, while we're waiting, do any of you guys have any questions about any of the stuff that I've gone over, I guess, so far? No?
So basically, yesterday's lobby, when someone said they know how to shot call, and then both me and you called them out for not knowing what they're doing, forcing me to try to shot call, that was hilarious, because I know the definition of shot calling. And I told them I wasn't good at it, and they're like, no, you do it.
Yeah,
But you know what it is, right? He's like, yeah. I was like, I don't know what it is. He's, well, you still do it. Yeah, alright, cool.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of people think shot calling is what a target caller does, and then they don't realize that a target caller has a completely different role, because shot calling is a lot. So if you were to add on picking targets as well, then like you have 6 people on a team, why have only 2 people doing something or 1 person doing everything? You want to split that thought process up into multiple things, or multiple roles, especially when you have
Right, because I come from League of Legends, and
yeah.
Paladins and Beta. The League shot calling is what the guy was thinking instead of what this shot calling is, because League shot calling is completely different.
Oh, I bet almost probably all shot calling is probably different to an extent.
Different. Even between this and Apex Legends, it's completely different.
Oh, there we go. Hey, robot, how you doing?
Oh, I was gonna play tank. Okay.
Yeah.
You can play tank. I can off-roll support.
Yeah, I'm like a tank main.
Oh yeah, if you want to, feel free to.
Yeah, I can off-roll support for you.
Alright, yeah, we good. Yeah, sure.
Alright, cool. Robot, are you going to be able to play for around an hour and a half? Because the last person, I guess, wasn't able to or something like that. They just left, so they got blocked. So, are you going to be able to play?
I could play for like an hour and a bit more than that, yeah.
Yes or no? Because if not, I can put
Yeah.
you on the other team, and then we can find somebody who will be able to stay.
No,
If-
I can do an hour and a half. Yeah.
Okay, cool. Alright, so I'll just kind of go over a little bit of like what we were saying really quick, and then we'll go back into the time and stuff like that. So anyways, like I was saying, what shot caller does, they make the team comp before the fight. They're going to be telling us playstyle, pathway, and stuff like that. Then mid-fight, they're going to be telling us if we need to continue engaging or disengaging. Pretty much after we're down 1 or 2, you want to make that call and tell your team what we need to do so we don't keep fighting forever. And then the last thing that they're going to be doing is going to be ultimate managing. So ultimate managing is going to be done usually before the fight. If it happens mid-fight because something comes online, yeah, you need to be letting your team know that as well. But primarily, if you have ults before the fight, you want to try to make a plan with that ultimate or something to that effect. And you can always go in and do a dry fight. Dry fight is just where you don't use any ultimates and you're just kind of, if you know the enemy team has 6 ultimates online, you probably want to do a dry fight. Because if you play aggressive and you focus somebody down, the enemy team's probably going to have to use something to keep that fight going in their favor. And they may use 1 or 2 ultimates, which means you just lost a fight, but you got 2 ultimates out of them, and you built your own ultimates from that as well. And you can also call that an eco push or anything like that to keep the alt economy going back in your favor and stuff to that effect. So just kind of keep that in mind when it comes to plans and stuff that you can do as a shot caller. One little pro tip, and this is not necessarily a pro tip specifically for shot caller, but this goes for every role, is keep things short and sweet. We do not need the reason why you're saying this or why you're wanting this. We don't give a fuck. All we need to know is what we're actually doing. So if you say, all right, we're going to use Grav and Barrage. Okay, fine. That's all we're doing. We don't need to know when we need to hit Grav or who we need to get in it or why we're saying this. We don't care. We just need to know what we're doing. So next thing is going to be your target caller. Target caller is going to be talking mid-fight and starting fights and stuff like that. Now, all they do is call targets. Now, obviously, it's a little more complicated than that. And there's 4 things that you're going to be looking for, usually things that you're going to be looking at to understand what's going to be the better target to call. And these are going to be, or things that you can look for to call, I guess you could say. Now, these are going to be listed from the most uncommon to the least common, or yeah, most uncommon to the most common thing. So, going from the most uncommon and probably the hardest thing to call is going to be somebody who's low HP. The reason why, I don't know how many times you came out of spawn and you're about to start your first fight, and your Reinhardt's at 20 HP. I don't know how many times that would ever happen, but if it does happen, then okay, go ahead, call it. But 9 times out of 10, as soon as you start the game, nobody's going to be low HP. So kind of keep that in mind. But that is something that you can call if you hear somebody is low HP or something. You can focus to that. You can switch to that target. Next thing is going to be out of position targets. That's going to be something that may be a little more common due to the fact that somebody may be trying to flank, somebody may be in the back line, or like say you cause a rotation from the enemy team and they don't rotate, the supports don't rotate correctly or something like that. If that's the case, then you can call that person out for not rotating correctly and focus that person down. Simple as that. Like I said, this will happen a little more common. Next thing is going to be abilities used. Now, abilities can be used by our team and by their team. These are both things that you can call. So if we throw an anti-nade on somebody, that's an ability we use. You can call that out to focus one of those anti-nade targets down. Or let's say they use an ability like Zarya Bubble, or they use Reaper's Wraith or Moira's Fade. Or Cryo Freeze by May. Any of these abilities that the enemy team uses, you can also go on those as well. Key thing when it comes to using calling out characters with abilities is going to be making sure you're reacting and calling that out as soon as you hear it or as soon as you see it. Which is why you want to make sure you're paying attention to what's going on around you. And if you hear an ability come online, go ahead and focus that target down if we're able to hit it. And go from there. So just kind of keep that in mind. That's going to happen very, very frequently. Now, next thing is going to be one of the easiest and most common things to do. And this is going to be calling targets that everybody can hit on your team. So it sounds simple enough, but a lot of times when I say who should you try to focus first when you go call a target or something, focus the supports. Well, if they're playing an Ana or Bat Piece or something, how are you going to focus on in backline? How are you going to focus the Zen in the backline, right? So keep that in mind. Call targets that your least mobile and closest range hero on your team can hit. So by that means, look at your, like some of these heroes, for example, is going to be like a Reinhardt, a Brig, Sigma, Reaper, a McCree. Call targets that these people can hit, because if they can hit them, everybody else on your team should be able to focus that target down as well. So just hit tab, see what you're running. If you see somebody on our Reinhardt, if we're running a Reinhardt or something like that, then go ahead and just call that target out so we can all hit that target, because Ryan's already on him. Everybody else should be able to focus that target down as well. And you can always swap targets and stuff like that. Now, a little pro tip when it comes to calling targets. One is make sure you're repeating the name over and over and over again. That's one key thing when it comes to calling targets. Next thing is give out locations after about 3 seconds of calling targets. If you feel like nobody's there, or we're playing a dive comp where we're all kind of spread out, call that out. And last but definitely not least is going to be switching targets if things are getting put into them. So like if you're calling out a Reinhardt, right, and he's low HP, then he gets nanoed, then he's holding his shield, and then you see the nade come on him, and he's getting amped in heals and all this stuff, that Reinhardt's probably never going to die anytime soon. So make sure you're swapping to another target or something like that to make it a little more accessible. And then also the other thing, side note, is if we're all kind of spread out, just look for that low mobility target that's close range, like a Reinhardt, Brig, something like that, and call a target that they're on. Simple thing there. If you feel like we're kind of spread out, just call that target that they're shooting or that they're hitting so we can all focus that down. All right, so that's pretty much what the target caller does. Now, last but definitely not least is going to be our alt tracker. Alt tracking is going to be done during the cleanup phase after there's like 1 or 2 people left, or when we're trying to reset. Pretty much as soon as you hear our shot caller say, all right, this fight's over, we need to reset, or something to that effect, alt tracker, it is your time to shine. That is when you need to give the enemy teams, tell what the enemy team is going to be using for their ultimate, okay? Or not what they're going to be using, giving us a percentage of what they're going to have for their ultimates. Now, there's 4 things here that you're going to be looking for. None of these are listed in any particular order, but these are 4 things that you need to pay attention to. One is going to be kill feed. Somebody showing up with a kill feed all the time, they probably have a little higher alt charge. Next thing is going to be who's on fire. Just because they didn't show up on the kill feed didn't mean they didn't hit body shots all day long and didn't get the credit for the kill. So that's something that you also want to look out for. Last 2 things go really hand in hand. One is going to be mirroring our own team. So if we're running a Reinhardt on our team and the enemy team's running a Reinhardt as well, then if we win the fight and our Reinhardt's is on fire, you see him on the kill feed or whatever, and he's at like 70 charge, you can probably assume that the enemy Reinhardt may only be at 20 or 30. Depending on some other factors and stuff like that. So just kind of keep that in mind when it comes to mirroring your own team comp and everything to that effect. Now, last but not least, this is kind of a obvious answer, but just pay attention to what's going on. Pay attention to how long the fights have been going, because their supports will probably have ults online. Pay attention to how many people get out with low HP. If we're getting the tanks down to 10 HP, and they survive, their supports are probably going to have their ult way quicker than our supports, so that's something you want to look for as well. Pay attention to the DPS. If their DPS just shooting up there, not killing anything, but they're getting damage off, pay attention to that. So all these things you want to kind of look for when it comes to ultimate percentage and stuff like that. Now, a little pro tip when it comes to doing this is literally say name and a percentage. So always give name percent, name percent, name percent, name percent every single time. So just kind of keep that in mind, and you only have around 6 seconds or so to do this, because as soon as our ult tracker is over, our shot caller should be the next person to talk, and go from there. Now, a little bit of room etiquette and kind of for the other people that don't have roles during this phase. So I'll start at shot caller. If you're not the shot caller, which is the other 5 people, if you're not playing as a shot caller, your main job during this is to shut the fuck up and listen to what the play is. That is all you need to do, is listen and be in position and be ready to make this play happen, okay? Next thing is going to be when your target caller is talking. During this phase, when your target caller is calling targets and stuff like that, your main job is to relay as much information to your target caller so they can figure out what is the best target call. As a target caller, you don't necessarily need to be shooting the same target, you just need to be picking the best target for us, okay? That is all you're kind of doing, is guiding the team to who we need to focus down, okay? So keep that in mind when it comes to calling targets and stuff like that. If you're relaying information, only say it once or twice. You don't want to clutter comms with repeating things over and over again and have your team split on who to focus, because we have 2 people repeating 2 different names. So keep that in mind when you are relaying information. Last but not least is during the ult tracking phase. When the ult tracking phase is going on, your main job is to literally shut the fuck up again and have your same thing as the ult tracker. All you're doing is listening to what ults they have, so you can maybe change your playstyle if you need to or something like that, and get more value. Make sure the enemy team doesn't get as much value as they need to. Okay, now, does anybody have any questions over those 3 roles or anything like that I may have not have gone into as much detail as I needed to?
Yeah, I have a question.
Yes.
So you're saying, like, for like the target calling, we should like shout their names like over and over again. Isn't that like a bad idea? Because wouldn't that be like cluttering comms and shit?
No, because you gotta remember, if 5 other people are relaying information that may be going on, oh, Zarya no bubble, oh, Ana no nade, blah blah blah, you're gonna have all that going on. It's gonna be in the middle of the team fight. You want to have somebody going through all that clutter to be able to hear one name over and over again. So imagine if you go, and we'll hear when we're playing, if everybody's talking and stuff, you want to have somebody going, run, sorry, brig, whatever. You want to have somebody repeating that so you can hear it over everything else. Because there's going to be a lot of communication going on during that target call phase, which is why you usually repeat names.
Okay.
So, alright, any other questions?
Alright, just one more. Is there like
Yeah.
an average SR to this?
No. This lobby, when I do these lobbies, when I do the communication groups, has no SR of anybody. It's all for working on communication. That's what the goal is. So down to bronze, up to top 500 or whatever, it doesn't matter.
What's your SR?
Mine's like 3.7, 3.8, something like that.
Okay.
All right, any other questions? I got time for maybe one more. Okay, then let's go ahead. Well, we'll go into settings in a second. But what we're going to do, everybody have your mic muted or whatever. We're going to do roll call. So how this is going to work is I'm going to ask if anybody wants any roles. If anybody wants any roles, then we're going to do first come, first serve, whoever wants to do stuff. If nobody says anything, then I'll automatically pick based off of what I think should be doing these roles. So just kind of keep that in mind. We will not be swapping off things or anything like that. So whoever's getting the role, you will get the most practice and work and everything like that. So just kind of keep that in mind. All right, so I guess you guys can unmute your mic and everything. So does anybody want any roles?
Yeah, kind of do tank.
Okay, roles on shot calling, alt tracking.
Oh.
Yes, not the normal roles, the communication roles.
You can pick for me.
We'll see if anybody wants to speak up and do some stuff.
I can alt track.
Okay, so Novus will be our alt tracker. Okay, we still need our shot caller and target caller. All right.
Shock. I'll shock call.
Okay. Robot will be our shot caller. Does anybody want to target call? Okay, Antonio, you're going to be our target caller. All right.
Wait, what? Okay.
You're target calling. Okay. Now, since we're still on schedule and everything like that, everybody go into your settings. Go to sound. Go to options. Go to sound. Then we're going to change some stuff around real quick, and then we'll be able to get started. All right, so first off, when you're in your sound settings, go to music, turn that down to 0. Going to go to subtitles, put it on critical gameplay. Then we're going to go to voice chat mode, put it on open mic, preferably. M is to mute your mic by default. Now we're going to go to controls. Then we're going to go to hero. And then allied health bars, we're going to put that on always. Then we're going to go into gameplay. We're going to have kill feed display. Make sure that is on because some people have it off for some reason. Tips display. Make sure that is off. Waypoint opacity, 0. Respawn icon, 0. Player outline strength, 100%.
Wait, what does tips display do?
It's like every time you die, it just has more stuff on your screen. It's this
annoying.
Yeah, this main thing is just to kind of get things out of the way, clutter, all that type of stuff.
Oh, that shit is useful, bro. Those tips come in clutch.
I mean, yeah, okay.
Did
learned
you
how
know
to
you
play the
could
game
wraith
through
to
those.
reload? That's right, you could wraith and a reload.
I don't even know if that's actually a
What?
tip.
I never knew
That
that.
is.
That is
Oh, is it a tip? Okay, I didn't know if they put that in there because they changed that a couple months ago. Well, I don't know how long it was, but I remember they changed it a while
Okay,
ago.
let's begin.
Now, under social, career profile visibility needs to be on private. I will
Wait,
start.
really?
Yes.
Nope, not doing that.
I'm pretty sure it should be, you should keep it on public so people when you get in a comp game, people know who you play. And
Yeah,
can
that's
work with.
yeah, definitely for competitive. Yes, definitely you want to have that. But for this lobby, this is only for this lobby specifically. I want our shot caller picking comps based off of what the map is, what the enemy may be playing, what point of the map is, what attack, if we're attack or defending. I want it based off of that. I don't want it based off of what people can play. Because even when you're at get to the high SSR and stuff like that, if the meta is these things or the meta are these 4 different heroes, you need to understand, okay, this is not working. What can I swap to? Even though you're the
That's
best
a little too
symmetric,
late.
even
I already checked Evan's SR and hero pool, so.
okay, that's fine.
Really, what's mine?
Your SR, you're like 3900 and you play Sig.
Yeah. Yes.
Oh yeah, I mean that's fine. If you already checked it, fine. But like I said, I want when we're picking stuff is stuff based off of those things. To make those decisions and stuff like that. All right. Let me make sure all these people are able to spectate everything. Okay. Sub linkage in forecasting here. Okay. Okay, they're good. Okay. Let me go ahead and check. Make sure everybody's profile is on private, and we can get started. Any of you guys have any last questions? Or anything like that. Antonio, can you go?
Let's win.
Huh?
Let's win.
Let's hope so. But I'm not worried about winning or losing. The main goal here is to make sure everybody understands how to communicate, stuff like that. Antonio, did you private your profile already?
And you can just not open it, right?
Yeah, but I just want people to private their profile. Simple as that.
Alright, I did it.
All right, awesome. All right, so shot caller. But normally we start on King's Row, but we'll start this, I guess. Shot caller, what map do you want to play? We're going to be starting on defense pretty much every time, by the way.
Oh wait, defense every time?
What? Yeah, yes, yeah. We're going to start on
Alright,
defense every time.
shit, okay. Can we do a King's Row?
Yeah, we can do King's Row.
I would do Hanamura, but I would do attack.
It's just scrims. It's scrim setting, so I have it on Hanamura every single time because it's the first map. So it's on scrim setting, which normally, if this was in quick play or something like that, we would disable kill cams as well. Because if you've ever done a scrim or anything like that, you don't have kill cams. So, all right. Any last questions? Like I said before we get started. No? Okay, awesome. Let's go ahead and start. Oh, let me make sure red team is ready. Red, you ready? And yes. Okay, looks like they're ready.
Alright, they said ready, let's do it.
Now
Alright,
entering.
Antonio.
Prepare
Who do you want to
your
play, my
defenses.
friend?
Who do you want to play, dude?
I might just go Zarya and win.
You go Zarya? Okay.
You wanna go Ryan? Let's see, we can do Ryan, Zarya.
I'll go
Ana
Ryan.
Lu- Ryan, Zarya, and Lucio.
My Zarya's better, but whatever.
Hey, I could do literally any tank.
Yeah, me
Are you
too.
good at Zarya?
All right,
I'm
what do you
better
want
Zarya.
for your other
Yeah,
two other
you go
DPS?
Zarya,
then?
I'll go Ryan.
Okay.
Alright, let's go Ana Lucio, and
Okay.
DPS you can do whoever you're best at.
Well, what do you want? What's best here? What is the best here?
Just play with your best.
Your
Yeah, that's
best.
always what's best.
Your
yeah.
best.
What
Oh,
is-
by the way,
What is best? I need you to know what is
you're
going to
the
be best.
at is always the best.
Whoever you're
Okay,
best
so-
at.
okay.
Let me tell you something. If you're the best Symmetra in the world, if the meta is pharmacy or a
It does
widow,
not matter,
it's
actually.
not
Go
going
Sim.
to matter.
Alright, go
Just go
Sim.
Sim. You actually just
Go
go Sim.
Sim.
You adapt.
Let's go Sim Cree.
Oh,
Let's do it. Sim
Okay,
Cree.
Simcree? Okay.
Sim Cree, Ana Lucio. We're just gonna. They want to. Okay, what's gonna happen is.
Listen, let me
I'm
tell you
just gonna
something.
chill.
If you're not an owl, meta means nothing, dude. Play what you want.
Well,
I'm
that-
owl worthy.
Me
I
too,
beat
I'm owl.
Super Space Tank Duo.
Nice.
I'm not even joking. I actually shot on them called Super Trash. Okay. What's gonna happen is they're gonna try to push him. We're gonna back up here as soon as they're low on cooldown, so we speed this in.
Okay.
Hello.
They're chilling here. We're gonna back up here. Let them push
Calling
up.
you a bubble. Come through.
Yeah,
We're going to hotel.
We're here. Tracy's sleeping. Ryan over to focus Ryan. Let me out here. Thank you. You don't have to go that far. Back up and north.
Restore me in the back. Restore me in the back.
I know, I'm with you.
Sorry, it's inside here. Guys, sorry here. Sorry, in position.
Learn a bubble.
Zara's the one.
Reinhardt down.
Restore me again. No recall. Hotel.
Adult.
Yeah, there's a tracer behind. Can we ult track?
Okay, they have
Tracer.
Trance, they have Nano, they have Pulse.
Tracer, help me.
50 on grab, 50 on, or
You
70
can see the
on
tracer
Anna.
there. You ready?
Tracers
Yeah.
didn't spawn.
So we're going to shatter here?
The Reinhardt's going inside it. The Reinhardt's separate. Look, the Reinhardt's just in here. Wait for them to push out. And
Head close to Trance. I can hit this if you want.
Clear alone.
Zara's low.
I'm dead, healer Ryan.
Guys, you have to follow me, remember? Following the freeze.
Okay.
They use
Yeah,
Nano, Shudder, they still have
There is
Pulse.
still much
They
to
have
be
grab,
done.
they have High Noon. They have Nano.
Okay.
Or no Nano.
They use Shatter there.
Yeah, they use
Yeah.
Shudder and Nano, they have Pulse, Trance, High Noon, and grab.
Okay, what ult are we going to use this fight?
We can just use grab here.
Okay.
Yeah, grab Nano Ryan.
We got one, let's go in.
Did she Pulse?
That's the only way she could have.
Oh, McCree behind!
Green Alley, Green Alley,
Fine,
Green
fine.
Alley.
Alright, what target are we on? Are we still?
You guys can kill the Kree if he's still behind it.
Okay.
Yeah, he's still behind.
There is still
Behind
much
us.
to be done.
Alright, where?
He was an alley. Check
Yeah,
the.
I'm still by myself.
Oh, I can see Zarya.
My teleport
Zarya.
is online.
Fine, dude.
McCree's back, left.
Help her carry behind. I can't see you. Tracer behind.
Tracer,
Got him.
Jivan.
Alright, we got the Kree, that's fine.
Yeah,
We're
Kree
back
just
up
split
here.
up.
The tanks are pushing me. Main.
I'm just gonna grab.
Teleport online.
Push.
Are we still fighting this Sharkcaller?
Farming.
Back up.
Okay.
Just no recall, dude.
I still have sim ult. Oh, I'm
Yeah,
down.
have McCree ult.
Yeah, we gotta get that tracer.
I am ready to activate the sound barrier.
I'm
Alright.
just gonna rage swap hog, dude, the Tracer.
I will follow my
Uh,
path.
Yeah, I'm gonna get big shatter here. Let's do some ults.
What do you want to use here?
I'm gonna use shatter. We could use some ult.
Okay.
We're gonna
If it's not over, let's use
Alright.
actually it's nano. Oh, never mind.
Nano or Hawk.
Alright, we just used.
Are we still fighting this?
Back up. No, just back up, back up, back up. Wait, okay, they nano shattered.
Okay.
There is still much to be done.
What else are we going to be using here now?
We have to. Let's just use. We have to use the 3. Just use the 3.
Okay.
Don't walk into the ground.
Sorry,
Yeah,
it's low.
let's go. Whoa. Speed and speed. Speed and speed. Speed. Do speed. Do speed.
Watch the teleport. Oh no! Ah,
Ult.
I put it out too far. Oh, look.
Have a run on me. Alright,
There's-
it's gone.
There's an
Tracer
Ana.
right,
There's a
right.
tracer right by your Lucio.
There is still much to be done.
Oh,
I'll
I'm
let
getting
you
on
tell
the
us.
Sigma. Or Zarya. I'll play Zarya.
Teleporter online. I have written to help.
Tracer's in the mini.
Raksha
Actually,
Pranali
so
Sandhya
bad.
Kata.
Just get staggered.
All right. Can we ult track?
They probably have Pulse. They have Nano, Trance.
Okay.
Send me a Treader.
I'll show a hog. There's a
All right. So, what ults are we going to be using this fight?
I have
You just
Nano.
get nano here.
Huh?
Try to get higher charge.
Let me know when you want it.
They just pulse ult. Getting on ball.
Okay.
Ana, you could just nano me.
My work is
Not-
A touch.
I cannot touch.
Okay. So let's go over what was good and what was bad before we go into
Who
our
are we
next round.
pausing? You see that
So-
in the ground.
So I can talk. The match is over. Yeah. Okay. So overall shot calling. Shot calling is not terrible. Like I said, you definitely want to make sure you're picking comps based off of what's going to be good and what's going to be bad. For the sim was fine. But toward the end, the value of sim was not really going down with the tracer, and she was kind of outplaying the sim and McCree. So you may want to look for other opportunities or something like that you can maybe hard focus their
Sim was
carriers. No.
Then that's the whole problem, dude.
It doesn't matter. Okay, it doesn't matter. Even if Sim is my
Okay,
best hero,
listen, man.
if their tracer is better than my Sim,
Dude, you don't need
Oh, play your best
confirmation
hero.
from me to swap. If you don't think it's working, you swap. That's
okay.
it.
So
That's
if
okay.
you do that, then when you're playing against another team that is doing it better, that actually knows better and stuff like that, you're going to get punished for that. Because you can't have, because you got to think, if all 6 people are doing that and thinking that way, then you have all 6 people playing their own game, and then what's the point? Then
No,
The-
that means you have people making smart decisions. If for one thing, if you're playing a character that you know isn't working, you just swap. You don't need confirmation. You're like, hey guys, what I'm doing right now, it's not working. Swap.
okay, so
Yeah,
okay,
listen,
so-
so I saw the tracer was hard forming our backline and our front line was falling apart because of it, so I just swapped hog. I literally did.
that's good that you know how to do that, and I'm happy that you know how to do that. But people that have never thought about anything like that or know how to think anything like that, that's not going to help them here. My main goal here in this lobby is to teach people how to look at these things. So if Sim's not working, you need to understand, okay, how is this not working? Is it because of this, because of whatever, or something like that? So you have to understand when you're playing, you have to see who's getting value, who's not getting value, and stuff like that. You can't just, oh, I'm not getting value on my hero, so let me go ahead and swap to something that I think is going to be getting good value with my hero. And then now our shot caller has to think, okay, well shoot, we're not running this anymore, so now I have to come up with a better team plan for our synergy. Because if we say we was running Sombra and our plan was going to be EMP Shatter or something like that, oh, but now our Sombra said they wasn't getting enough value, they swap at 50 alt charge or 40 alt charge or whatever, or 60 or 70, whatever, it doesn't matter. And then now you have them playing their own game. Now you just lose out on that whole, that was your whole game plan of how you was going to win this next fight or whatever.
So what you're saying is, if you want to swap heroes, you have to get confirmation from like the shot caller, or else your comp will fall apart because the shot caller will no longer know what to do.
To an extent, yes.
Okay.
It's not gonna be always black and white. And yes, in a normal team setting, if this was a team that everybody's been playing on, then ideally, yeah, if Antonio's, hey, I'm gonna swap to Hog. All right, the shot caller, all you're gonna be doing, all right, yeah, that'll work. That's how it would work. And this lobby is not like a team. Obviously, none of you guys ever played together or anything like that. But the main goal of this lobby is to start you guys and understand the basics of communication and understand the thought process of the basics of stuff. So that's what I'm getting to, is making sure that when you join on a team and stuff like that, people can have somebody to follow on shot calling and think of these decisions and stuff like that. So that when people don't know what to swap to, as a shot caller, you can know what to swap to. Because that overall, the shot caller is going to be the one completely overseeing everything. Because when you go back and do a VOD review, it's going to be like, okay, why did you call for this? Why did you call for that? Oh, I don't know. They made their own decision. Well, then if you lost the game based on that decision, it comes to you. Why did you swap to this here? Why did you do this? Oh, well, because I thought, well, it's not your job to think. It is your job to listen to the shot caller and make the plays based off of that. So that's kind of the overall goal of shot calling and stuff to that effect. So hopefully everybody understands that. Next, target calling. Target calling was okay at the beginning. Kind of fell off a little bit to an extent. One thing, whenever fights are getting kind of crazy and stuff, like I said, you want to make sure you're repeating names and stuff over and over again. If we're killing things pretty quickly, and obviously you may not have to if you see that things are dying pretty quick, because your target selecting is pretty good, but you do want to make sure you're calling targets over and over and over again to make sure that we are focusing things down, just so that when we are on something or things are getting kind of scrappy and stuff like that, you're comfortable talking like that, especially like I said, when things are getting hectic and everything to that effect. So just kind of keep that in mind on repeating things over and over and over again. Okay, next thing, as alt tracker, you're doing okay. I can't really see how close you are when it comes to ultimates and stuff like that, but you are doing it kind of consistently when you're when the fights are over. So I want you to keep doing that and keeping that in mind and stuff, to try to do that every single fight. Pretty much whenever our shot caller is saying, oh, we need to reset, we need to do this, then you need to go ahead and automatically speak up and start alt tracking, so that we can get this alt tracking done. During that phase, and this is just a reminder for everybody, whenever Novus is talking, everybody just be quiet and listen to that alt tracking so that we can know what we need to be doing. Ideally, we shouldn't be out in spawn doing stuff or having to call things and use abilities and stuff like that, and when we're trying to make plans and when we're alt tracking, because essentially the fight should be over. So keep that in mind. And also on shot calling, make sure you're like whenever you're saying when we need to reset, it's a little bit late, so maybe around 4 to 5 seconds. So just kind of keep that in mind when you are calling things. As soon as like 2 people are dead, you need to give a word if we need to continue engaging or if we need to disengage. I'll listen to it a little bit more to make sure how close it is and stuff, but just kind of keep that in mind. All right, any questions or anything like that? Okay, and let's unpause.
Wait, are we on attack?
Yes.
Alright.
Score 0.
Alright, here's the plan this time. Let's go Ryan Zarya again. We're gonna have to fight it, but this time I'm gonna play Zarya because I can pop off.
Sure.
Now, what we're gonna do for the DPS lineup, since the Sim crew wasn't working because the Tracer crew was harassing backline, we're gonna go. We're gonna harass their backline. Yeah, that's a good idea. Do any of you guys play Sombra?
Yeah,
or
which
Sombra well?
Yeah, sure. Yeah, okay.
Okay, so let's get a Sombra and let's get a Mei.
Okay.
There we go. Now we just go Bap Lucio? Yeah, Bap
worth
Lucio.
fighting for.
Wait, why am I no longer DPS?
Zarya, how can it
Oh,
be?
Frogger, you're on support. Frogger, you're on support. Yeah, no, yeah, you queued for support, so you're in support line.
So how do you disappear like that?
There you go.
There you go. And it's got a Sombra.
This
Don't
map's
worry.
pretty good. Just don't
Here's the
die the
plan.
tracer. We win, dude.
We speed in, and with the we could hack the Rhine.
Pretty sure I could.
It's fun. We hack the Rhine, speed in, Maywald, take him out, and we just keep going. With the tracer, I'm gonna play Sombra. I'm gonna go.
We going to a hotel or just?
No, just go main, just go. Wait for Sombra to get a hack though.
Zarya's one.
Let's go, Zarya.
What, right behind?
Rhine here. Fine. I absorb. Get the Rhine. Rhine here.
Got him.
Nice. Alright, keep going.
Watch the soldier behind.
Alright, let's get the.
Soldier's still back line, back left, high ground.
Fine.
Oh, he's low ground.
Soldier behind and
He's not touching.
theater. Soldier's in theater.
Alright, someone move point. I'm gonna go get this guy.
I'll watch point.
Oh, I got discorded.
Soldier's down.
They don't.
Alright,
About 50 to trans, 50 to grab, 20 to grab, better.
back up, Rhine. Back up. Yeah, you can swing.
I have wall.
Push up.
Ren's wall.
Alright, go. Get on.
Whoa.
I got MTD.
Get the Rhine hack.
Target color, who are we on? Oh, you're dead. This one.
Kill the auto hack.
Kill Anna.
Nice two. Soldier behind up top.
I didn't
Here, just
translocate
move
fast
point.
enough.
Just move point. It's fine.
That soldier's trolling.
Ryan, look main. Fine.
Alright, what else are we using this fight?
I'm using shatter. That's for sure.
Yeah, you can shatter.
He's low. I can wall him all.
Alright, you can no.
Soldier's not even.
Ryan's frozen.
I'm like reason he doesn't.
Forgot that's all.
Zarya's half. Zin's on the right.
Yeah, is that in the corner?
Zin's one. I still have mail. Do you want mail here?
You can try. Yeah, go on.
You got it
Jump up,
again.
Just keep your shield up, Ryan.
Hey, nobody's on cart.
Yeah, let's get card.
Push it. Yeah, we cap him to shatter if they touch.
Just zoom up top in there.
He rotated.
Can we,
Yeah, he's up.
Oh.
This soldier's such a weirdo, dude.
I can
He's
get
trying
him.
to farm our back line.
Alright. What else are we gonna use this fight?
Just EMP shatter if you can. Do it whenever I'll be ready.
So you want me to try to get an EMP off?
Yeah, just do it like whenever
Moving the payload. Backup requested.
I'm waiting.
You just go.
Anna's one. Who are we on?
Ryan.
Soldier mine.
I can
Behind
wall.
the top.
I'm walled him.
Doom got me.
Unlucky.
Is he moving point? Don't worry.
No. Soldier. I don't know what soldier's going.
Don't worry about him.
He was that tracer. He's just trying to annoy the crap out of me.
Oh, okay.
Nice wall.
Man, he's just annoying
Call
me.
targets. Call targets. Antonio.
Go right. 0-1.
Sorry, actually one. There's literally one dude.
There's still a soldier over here.
Lucio and grab.
We're down?
Lucio grab. Got him.
Freaking on point. What is the point? Kill him.
Nah, I can do it. I'm the only one there.
Alright, can we all track?
All trackers, come on.
Wait for me.
Alright, I'll do it for you. They have grab, visor, mines. Maybe, I'm not sure if they use name.
Oh, I'm muted. That's my bad.
Okay, makes sense then. Alright. Are we doing any else this fight?
I won't have it. Ryan, drop shield. I need some ult.
All's in mega room.
Lucio up in.
This is feeding.
they use visor, they use nano.
They use nano visor.
They probably have doom ult.
Sorry, no offense, but how do I still have gold damage?
I have silver
Everyone is
damage.
counting on me.
The rest golds. I'm gonna play.
Alright, so
Also, you're playing Reiner, of course. You're gonna have good gold damage.
Oh, I mean, like Zarya said.
You're in the front lines. You're gonna have gold damage.
Well hug.
Just do a hug.
who we on? Who we on?
Okay.
Alright, we using any else this fight?
Yeah. We're behind. Don't worry about it.
More might drop here. Yeah, it's done. Fall behind.
Oh, Doom's on. On cart. Not anymore. Oh, got him.
Help her Ryan.
Yeah, help Ryan.
Who we on?
You got Diva?
Lucio literally hacked me.
I have Mail here if you want Mail.
Yeah,
Can we hack the ball or something? Right here?
I'm trying to get to it.
They should have beat. Bastion's half. Oh, I got booped off.
that's some hook aim, dude. Nice.
They use mines. What do they have? They probably have beat.
Yeah, they definitely have beat. I seen the beat.
About 50 to nano.
Right.
Don't. Why are you
Don't
not?
even pick it. Don't even pick it.
Don't
Just
push
wait
in.
for
Don't
nano.
push in. Yeah.
We need to move the
Yeah,
payload.
just wait up. That's all you have to do. Just wait it out.
I have window.
There's a ball up top.
I can wall them off if you
Stay
wanna.
there.
We can speed in.
Okay, I don't see the Bastion.
I can see you.
All dead.
Jesus, Soldier.
Beat. Tank.
That's two. Is that two ultimates?
Yeah, they use beat and tank.
Alright.
Hey, 我又回来啦。
Probably have 50 to nano. Probably have visor again. Probably have bomb. 50 to mines.
Diva.
We'll drop top. Currently back. So soldier up top, I'm gonna go.
Yeah, I don't know what he's doing.
这样可以挡住他们。Hey, I'm payload style.
Soldier's one. There we go.
Yeah, they use visor. They probably have nano.
Should I get some heals?
Who we on? Who we on? Lost one.
Let's see. I can
Should I get some heals? Who's gonna heal it?
Bastion.
Bastion's one. I have May out here. Honestly. Alright.
Oh, we don't have him.
Let's just see if you're in it.
Heal my way in.
Focus on him.
Soldier on me. Alright, so
We had two ball counters at counter ball.
yeah, it could have been thing too. Shot calling was much better. Making plays and stuff like that. Definitely you do want to, like, ideally when you are shot calling and stuff, every single fight, if you lose or if you win, you want to be thinking to yourself, why did we lose this? Did we lose this because they won with ultimates? Did we lose this because somebody's not getting enough
We
value?
lost because we staggered for like the entire time.
Yeah, that's definitely another issue as well. Ideally, when you're playing on a team, you're probably not going to have that issue as much, but shit happens. So that's one thing. But ideally, like I said, your shot calling was a lot better on the attack phase, stuff like that. But that's kind of one thing that everybody also needs to understand here. You got to listen to your shot caller. As soon as our shot caller is saying, hey, we need to back out and reset, which is what was going on, a lot of times we're still there kind of like poking and doing stuff. If our shot caller is saying we need to reset, we literally need to go back into spawn or wait there. Don't try to poke and do extra damage. Don't try to do anything. Because if you get killed or you get antied and focused down or whatever, same thing as like how that Zarya was out there poking and trying to do something, we punished her for it. You do not want to be on that back end of that punishment and stuff like that. So just kind of keep that in mind. Especially until you kind of see how the enemy team are playing and stuff like that. You always want to play super safe and everything. Don't try to do anything too risky, just so that it doesn't snowball into their favor. All right, next thing, target caller. Antonio, there was no real target calls there. What was going on there?
What? What'd you say?
You wasn't calling targets. What was going on?
I didn't call targets. I forgot why.
Huh?
I forgot.
Okay, well, remember, you're our target caller, so I need you to make sure that you're calling targets and not worried about who has gold damage and talking in match chat. Your main job here?
I'll give a target call right now. Kill the soldier. There we go.
Okay, well, either way, make sure when you're calling targets and stuff like that, make sure that we're repeating names and stuff. One thing that I did hear, I don't know if this was you calling targets at the very beginning, because somebody's calling targets at the very beginning. I think it was you, because you was calling out the Ryan, then you called it, or you called the Zarya, then you called it Ryan. One thing that, and this goes for any location-based thing, please never say here. We don't know where the fuck that is, okay? So if you're trying to give out a location or something like that, please say left side, right side, on your third-party hero, that's your third-party person perspective on your hero. So if you are playing Reinhardt or Zarya or Brig or whoever your target caller, kill the Zarya on your Ryan. Okay, we know where our Ryan is at. We know who we need to focus now. It gives a location. So these are things that you want to kind of keep in mind there. All right, so keep that in mind when you are giving locations and stuff like that. Novus, your mic was muted kind of halfway through that, so can't really say anything there, but you did start alt tracking and stuff like that. That was pretty good on that end. Hopefully after we get our target caller back online and we can start doing that, then we'll start looking into the alt tracking and stuff like that. But overall, so far, you're doing a pretty decent job getting that consistently done. Keep in mind, like I said, everybody, when we are alt tracking, everybody just be quiet. I'm gonna go ahead and sub out some of the people for the other team, so they can play, and then we'll go there. All right, Robot, what map are you wanting us to play?
Shit. Here, DPS, do you guys, who's your most played DPS? Do you guys play hit scan and shit?
Yeah, I can play it too.
Do you know, are you a
Play
good
anything that doesn't require aim?
Yeah, I think, yeah. I mean, it's good compared to, I don't know who's going to be playing what on the other team, so, yeah.
Alright, let's go Hanamura.
Hanamura? Okay. Oh, okay.
Oh man, I went and Link out, because he's annoying as shit.
Can you put
But
Yami
it
and
was a
OP
good
block?
pick doing Sombra, because I could just walk around his ass.
Okay. Oh, I thought I switched the map over. Sorry. There we go. Okay, now I know you were saying something about earlier that you like attacking. Do you want to attack first on Hanamura?
Yes, I would very much like that attack
Okay.
first.
Alright, let's go.
Alright, I'm gonna go Reiner. That's what we're gonna do, okay?
Select your hero.
Let's go Bap Lucio, Bap Brig. Oh.
Thank you, Linkachu.
Brig or Lucio?
Who are you better at?
I can play the BAP, probably better than the
Alright, go
Lucio.
Bap Lucio. Alright, DPS, let's get a Tracer going. And let's get like a McCree. Tracer creep.
McLovin, what do you want to play?
So I have my own plan for point B.
Okay.
And I'll
probably
tell you
sit
guys
back as McCree.
what we're gonna do.
Let's get to
But
it
here we're
already.
just our goal here. Slowly push up. If they're out of position, we can just speed forward and just take other ones that are out of position. I'll be calm.
No. Do you want me to play? Do you want me to play frontline with you guys, or you guys want me to harass the backline and do Tracer
You
stuff?
can go harass them.
Okay. Okay.
Let's play DPS stuff.
Okay.
I won't be back immediately. You should just hard push.
Yeah, I seen that.
Alright, follow me here. Let's go right side. Alright, you guys keep going. Shit, come here.
I'm just gonna teleport back.
No, they're all behind us. They're behind us up top. Turn around.
No, they're not.
I mean, where are they?
Alright, fine. Let's go. Let's go. Here, come here. Come. Everyone inside the room. Here's a tracer behind that I called up.
My bad.
I'm gonna start putting pressure on the point.
Guys, there's a tracer behind still. She's running away.
Oh shit. Alright, I'm gonna deal with this tracer.
Have a raw dog. Watch this area. Here, come in here. Come inside the room here. Speed. Let's go. They have no. Let's go. Yo, get the dogs. Nice. Ursa. Alright, keep going. On his end. Get on point, running around. On his dead. Alright, nice.
Hello.
Zenyatta still alive. Zenyatta on me. Zenyatta on right. And there we go. Okay.
They probably have nano.
I'm still dueling our
Alright,
tracer in the
guys,
back line.
I'm gonna show you guys how to properly take points to me, okay? Everyone go up top. What's gonna happen is I'm gonna go around them. I'm gonna go to the bottom of their stairs, and you guys start pushing up top. I'm gonna be from
Wait.
She's just behind us.
Yeah, I know. I've been dueling her the whole time, so she's off our back line.
Are you ready? Alright, everyone come here. Everyone come here, okay? Get ready to go up top. Just give me a second.
Oh,
Everyone,
sorry.
jump it.
I know what you're doing. Yeah.
ready? 3, 2, 1.
Oh, we have no Lucio.
It's already
Okay,
over.
okay, back at it. We already lost for you. No, get back up. We're done with this too.
I saw that shit in like a LH Cloudy video.
Yeah, I played with LH Cloudy. He showed me how to do it. And no.
Have grab.
That's wait for McCree.
Oh, this is Zen low ground bottom right or bottom left.
Someone's getting all this problem.
Alright, ready? Are you ready, guys? Ready?
Yeah, okay.
I got the trance. They're all Zen is off fire. No trance. They have no trance.
One Orisa.
Who we on?
Orion's behind us.
Down here.
Back in the game.
Yo, Ryan. Wait, what?
Yeah, it's over.
Oh,
Yo, both of their support ults, and they got no value from.
Alright.
They use both support ults. They use Visor. Probably have Shredder. 50 to Orisa.
Alright, let's just all go up top. I'm not gonna take this here.
Alright, what are we gonna use this fight?
We can use Grav Pulse here.
Okay.
And we beat in, Grav, Pulse.
Stagger, nice.
Yeah, we don't have Lucio.
They have no support ults.
Yeah.
So we should be able to use all of our ults here.
Do you want me to window grab?
Anna's
now?
behind you. Holy fuck.
What do you mean? Oh shit, let's go!
Whoa.
On one.
Got the Ana.
I hate it.
Tristan's on left, coast side.
It's on.
That was weird.
Lucio, just get speed back here. I can block Shatter.
Do you want me to window grab?
Yeah, we can do that. So give me a second. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Alright,
I'm ready, Zara, whenever.
Window. Let's go.
No, I got slept.
Run down. You can kill him. Soldier off inside Iron. Just shoot.
Tracer's
Hold
one.
shield, I got you.
Let's go.
Yeah.
Nice. Tracer bind.
Run shield.
Lucio.
Yeah.
Alright, pulse bomb here. You want pulse bomb here? Lucio on point.
Lucio.
I can pulse bomb after? Or let's know. Yeah? No? What?
I'm on soldier. Got soldier.
Might be still winnable.
I'm down.
Result.
Focus Zen.
Kill Zen, we win. Zen won.
Zen's one.
I got him.
Check this out.
That's all?
I am on fire.
Sheesh.
Oh.
Do it.
Are we still able to fight this, or?
It's over. It's been over for a while.
This is-
That sucks. I killed all of them there a few times.
Yeah.
Yeah, I couldn't get past.
They're on Zen Lucio. They have no healing now for the Rhine.
They're on Sombra now.
That's fine.
Probably have Visor. They Shudder. And they use Trance. I think they just swapped.
Yeah, they
to-
use trance. Here, come up, come up top, come up top. Yeah, dude, they have no healing. You just beat
Yeah,
it.
yeah, we can just rush, just rush.
Go.
I still have Pulse in way, Pulse.
Slum behind us.
Ursa.
Lane here, we're fine. I can window after.
Hey,
Go,
no way.
go,
Can we use window? Do you want window?
Yeah, I still have Pulse one.
Always window, dude. You'll lift me. We've already discovered. It's over.
I still have Pulse. Do you want Pulse?
That's all. They're all down.
Here, let's figure.
I got hacked. I couldn't get out.
We have B.
Hey, someone. Triple
get
blink over
this.
to the soldier. Possible.
Yeah. Alright.
Yeah, you have to. You have to contest the soldier. I don't know what we're doing. It's just GG.
We won't have enough time to swap
Chill,
the
Lucio. Chill, Lucio.
Alright, this is
No.
good, man. Hey,
Someone's behind. I
Can
think
we-
someone's behind me.
you guys, there's someone up. Help up.
Oh, no,
Lucio's
yeah,
inking,
she
Lucio's
took.
inking behind us.
Alright, walk up here.
Walk up here. Let's go. Well behind. Just ripping arm.
I'm going to point. Go to one. Let's get there. Somebody's got to go.
I can't get to him.
Any healing?
I'm back.
Someone ball.
No.
Okay.
It wasn't winnable the second we didn't kill soldier. It was already over.
They just do yellow bomb to the pump.
Yeah, Tracer, that's not. You have to kill the soldier, or at least contest him before.
I can't contest up there.
You can.
You can't triple
There
blank
should
at
be
the-
armor creep.
I can't.
Tracer can't get up there.
I can't get up there.
Tracer can get up there, yeah.
The only way I can get up there is if I go
If you
main.
can't get up there, then you need a swap, dude.
Yeah, the only way I can get up
Then
there is
tell
if
him
I
to
go
swap.
if
Tell
I go
him to
main
No, he needs
and then
to
take the
swap.
high ground
No, you
and then
need to
try
swap.
going that way.
I don't.
That's the only
There
way I'm going to
there
do.
are several ways to take high ground as Tracer. From there, you can first of all go right side while we're pushed up there and just save all your blinks and just triple blink.
I
up
knew you
there.
could triple blank.
Yeah, that's what I tried to do. It didn't land them.
You never did it.
I did it that last time when we said we needed to contest their
Like,
soldier.
it certainly didn't
Also,
work.
Lucio, you can also contest there, speed up there, boop him off.
Yeah, there's a lot of things that our team comp can do, but I mean that's something that wasn't
just
said
don't
until
do
2 minutes into the
I
game
think I
after we
said
done it.
quite a bit that we needed to do.
Yeah.
that.
Okay. So one
Hey,
thing,
I'm not gonna
Antonio.
tell you your job as a player.
No,
Like, if
that's
you're
fine.
playing
That's fine. No. Yeah, that's fine. But one thing, Antonio, you're worried about more of like what we need to do rather than calling targets. You're still not calling targets. You're so worried about what everybody else is doing, but yet you can't do your job that you're supposed to do.
I
So-
can just tell the fight's unwinnable if we don't kill soldier.
Okay, so then why can you still not call targets?
I don't know if that's
I'm
the
calling
problem.
targets.
No, you're calling targets. You're doing fine. You're doing more than what you need to do, Robot. But Antonio, why are you not calling targets?
Oh, I mean, we can change.
No,
Yeah,
this
we
is
haven't
for you to
called
get to
targets.
learn because you're not getting it. So why can you not call targets?
Dude, literally anyone can call targets. It doesn't have to be one specific person to call
Anybody
targets. If you have a
can,
caller, you
but
call it.
yeah, I definitely agree with that. When you're playing on team and stuff, you usually have a target caller and then you have a backup and then sometimes you can have a second one as well. But primarily you're going to have somebody calling targets the whole time, right? This lobby is to get people to learn how to call targets. So I'm asking Antonio, like, since you're talking so much.
I actually did call at the beginning or at the end of
Oh,
last game.
okay,
Soldier, you know? I said soldier. That's the only person we need to kill.
okay. But what about the rest of the team?
What do you mean the
I
rest of the
killed
team?
them.
Well,
Everybody,
that's
you
pretty
still have to
easy.
call
We had-
targets
we
for
had
the
all
rest of the
those
team to
people
call it.
locked
So-
down. All those people that were getting farmed, it was easy. The soldier was the only person stopping us from winning.
Okay, so let me put it this way. You call it a soldier, right? 2 people can contest on our team comp, right? Okay,
None
what
of them did, but yeah.
Okay, yeah, fair enough, whatever, right? What about the other 4 people on your team who they need to focus? There's a Ryan, there's an Arissa, there's a Lucio in front, there's a Baptiste, but nobody knows.
Their entire team was getting rolled other than
they were
the
getting.
soldier.
It was like paper mache.
Like, I was calling targets with Zarya. Dude, the Zarya was calling. Our Zarya was calling targets. I was also, and we were able to.
They was not. I was watching in the top left.
I'll tell you how every single push went. Me and Ryan charged in. We picked Zen almost immediately. Arissa died, and then as we got a point, the soldier was just shooting down on us, and then we did nothing, and we eventually lost because the soldier's damage eventually did more than we could sustain.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. Either way, like I said, I'm not hearing you call targets over everybody else. I'm telling you right now, I'm hearing Robot call more targets than you are. And I'm hearing you complain more than anybody else. And speaking of complaining, keep that in mind. There's no reason, there's no thing to complain about in games. So if something happened the previous fight before or something like that, it doesn't matter. You need to be thinking about what needs to happen the next fight.
That kind of does matter.
No, because
it's gonna be their next fight.
Sorry, you can't really contest the soldier on high ground.
Yeah, I have my character limits me from doing it. And that's
well, then we may need to put more resources into killing the soldier. Why not switch to a diva? Why not switch to a soldier or another soldier?
Because Ryan Zarya was working. Think
Okay,
about it.
so
Ryan Zarya was working. We're winning the front line. We're winning the support. But the soldier was still on high ground. Whose job is that to get the soldier?
And if I can't do it on the tracer, why not call to swap to something else that's going to get more value or easy to do that? Or why not call for a widow? Why not call for a soldier? Why not call for something that's easier to contest? No.
We have a McCree tracer, Lucio Baptiste. That should be more than enough.
It should be.
Okay.
You don't have to get up there. If you just shoot him from a distance, you should be able to force him off.
Okay. Maybe if everybody
is like 2000 SR lower, it kind of doesn't work.
Yeah, this is the exact point. It doesn't matter if they're 2000 SR lower. If they're still getting value, it doesn't make a difference. The perfect example of this, I don't know if any of you guys watch Overwatch League, when the meta was Genji, right? Meta was Genji and Paris Eternal was popping off almost all the time, right? Did any of you guys watch the San Francisco Shock versus Paris Eternal when Genji was super strong? Did anybody know what San Francisco did? They ran Tracer, even though the Genji was meta, because Striker's Tracer is unbelievable, right? Super amazing, right? What happened? They still lost because Genji is better. Because the hero itself was better. It does not matter how good you are on a hero if the meta is this or the meta is that. You have to know.
There's one tiny difference here though, is that we're not Overwatch League.
Okay, if you're
not 4000 SR or higher, it does not matter, and you should play your best hero.
Yes, I definitely agree with that. When you're at that level, but now what happens when your best hero is not enough? You need to know what you need to swap to, right?
Not really.
Oh, so no matter, even if you're just getting countered all day, and you're like, oh well, I'm on my best hero, I don't know what to do. You shouldn't have an idea of, oh, if I'm getting countered on this Widowmaker by Ball, let me swap to Sombra because Sombra can hard counter that.
Heroes, but yeah.
Okay. So with that logic, that doesn't make any sense, because at some point you're still going to be countered. And like I said,
I play
Zarya
and Hog.
All right, so I'm done. I'm done going back and forth.
So bad.
Yeah, I'm
1v1.
We're not gonna 1v1. Like I said, I'm done arguing. I spent a couple minutes on this. So, like I said, if you don't want to be here, you don't gotta be here. No problem. But this is the lobby. This is the job that you signed up for. The thing that you signed up for. You need a target call. So if you want a target call, then you can go ahead. If you don't want to, you can feel free to leave the lobby. I don't have any problem with that. But the thing is, you're our target caller. You need to do that before you worry about anything else. This lobby is only to teach you about how to do communication, not about making big brain plays and stuff like that. I don't care if that was the best decision to make or whatever. I don't care if we win or lose. I want to make sure that you're constantly talking, making decent decisions, and then understanding what decisions you could have made better. That is what this lobby is about. If that's not advanced for you enough, or you want to be playing with top 500 people all the time, fine, go do that. But this is not what this lobby is. This is to teach people the basics of communication, like I said at the beginning. Okay? So just kind of keep that in mind. So Antonio, I'll ask you again. Are you going to target call?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. If you don't, I'll just go ahead and remove you, and we'll move on with our lives and be good. All right.
Alright, here's a plan for defense. We're just gonna smoke it.
Makes no sense why people come
At
into
this
these
point,
lobbies
I should. Okay.
and then they
No
don't want to
matter
listen.
What team you play on? Because
It
I
d-
coach
doesn't-
several. Like,
it doesn't
GM
make
teams,
any
master
sense.
Teams, so on. Okay. You will never see a player who will force you to play a certain hero at the start of a game if there is no distinct meta. So, what I'm gonna tell you to do is play your best hero within the ranks area. Thing.
That
All see, that's it. There's nothing like going around it. Like, if you're like a Bastion god, you have perfect aim. Play Bastion. Like, play who you can pop off.
I'm gonna pick a hero that doesn't work with this team comp. That's what I'm going to do.
So yeah, DPS, pick someone. If you're
I
good
will
at them,
protect
you
the
can pop off.
innocent.
Fair, okay. Fair, let's do it.
I'll just do Junkrat.
Yep. Good swaps to the Mercy. Oh, that's fine. So good.
So now the team comp is just kind of relying on whatever everybody else plays, no
They're
matter
gonna TP. They're going
how good people play. Like that, and that's the thing that'll hold people back later
I
on.
don't know if that was him or not. Yeah, that's the same. Just back up to point. Play on point. Play on point. Where's that focus right? The TP somewhere. Yeah, let's get him. He's on the bottom. It's a Bastion up top. Bastion up top. He's up top. I can pin him off. Give me a second. I can. There you go. Nice.
He heals. Alright, I'm pushing forward.
He's doing better at target calling. So
Charge in. I'm gonna get this up. Yeah, nice. Dude. Alright, back up here.
They're probably about 50 to Simwall, 70 to Mercy, 70 to Bat. Darn, what on that? No more Sim.
I have Shatter. I can just.
They're probably 50 to Shatter, 50 to Bongo.
I would love to
It
see
might be like closer to
them make a
Shatter.
decision versus people that are higher rank, and that we're losing even on our best heroes. Because then it comes down to picking other stuff.
Up top.
Stay by my shield.
I'm going up top.
I got Mega. There's a Bat Pawn, Catwalk.
Yeah, Widow's running all the way around.
Yeah, because they.
Hey, okay, he went.
Oh, Mercy one. Actually, one health puncher. Wait, we all died. One.
Yeah, that map windowed. He's hitting a ton of headshots. Yeah, just back up the point, go high ground.
Ooh, that Widow.
Greetings.
If at first you don't succeed, blow it
Submarine
up
is
again.
ready.
Rest
Them-
come up here. I want to know where they're going, just watch out there. Alright, they're going main.
Like it does. Like.
Just gonna chill here, There's a little high ground, can you get him there?
Yeah, I grabbed.
That's big. Here, drop in range, drop in range.
Go, win a fire strike.
Ashen.
Right down here. Right down, right side. Right side. One, back up. There's still one. Get.
We're getting shit on by an attack bastion on the Honda.
Guys, Baptist up top. Baptist is right above us. He's right above us. Literally on the damn roof. You're back up. Go back.
I have tired this fight.
That's good. Just go high gun. They're also sim, so we don't gotta worry about it. But let's see.
Genji's nowhere near play.
Bum.
Okay,
big.
That's bad.
Enemy
What is
target
there?
located.
Don't be good. Careful.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna go shatter.
I can window it.
Hey, can you window here?
No, I'm dead. I'm dead.
Big shatter, all of them.
One's up there, dude.
They're all on.
Okay, I'm gonna have to
Hang on,
Mercy
ball
just
for
killed
consent.
half of our team.
Why?
Hey, I can come in with Tire if you need him.
What's your point?
Yeah, can you
Tired, 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 tired.
Go. Get you one. Go on, get you one. Oh, they used lamp on the Genji. Genji still low.
He's
Focus
on-
Mercy. Focus
Hey,
Mercy.
Mercy one.
Kill Mercy.
I'm on the Mercy.
Get you one. Get you one.
I got Mercy.
Baptiste is one. Baptiste is one.
Yeah, I'm goodbye. Up one lane, spotted.
Entry now.
GG.
Is
I'll point.
it's,
Tracer's here.
Ball, ball.
he's doing a much better job calling targets.
So,
Ball's off the map. Oh, never mind. Alright, see you guys. Not gonna chase that.
Close to another grab. Never mind.
probably have window. Pulse.
Tracer points. Ball.
Ball. McCree top left. McCree top left.
Mother Ursa. Ursa here main.
Oh,
I got Ursa.
can't really get to me through.
I grabbed two. I grabbed Tracer and Ball.
Yeah, they have a lamp there.
I don't know.
Nah, they got me. They forgot. That's unfortunate.
Dude, just run Bastion because your best hero wins. Easy. Even on attack.
All right, so much better job on the target calling. Night and day on that. That's more what like the tone and the not necessarily the tone because you are a little quiet overall, but if it's hardware issues or you can't talk loud or whatever, fine, whatever. But the big thing is literally that you're calling targets over and over again and getting people to swap the things if you see things or hear things and stuff like that. So much better job on target calling. Next, and I'll ask this later on after the lobby so we can get our last one in when we're done. Alt tracking, we didn't get a lot of alt tracking and stuff like that in. So one thing I do want to keep in, okay, we're putting in Sleepy and Cafe. I'll put in Sleepy for that. Make sure, like I said, after every fight that we are trying to alt track as much as possible. And also for everybody during these end of fights, once again, please not talk and stuff like that. On second point and stuff, when we was kind of rotating back and everything, it was kind of a weird thing because they just kept kind of feeding a little bit. So if you are in that situation where you're getting some staggers or the fights are just lasting a really long time, because that can happen as well, just go ahead and start telling us when they're getting close to their ultimate. When you think they're getting close to like 80% or something like that, go ahead and let the team know, hey, blah blah blah's at 80%, blah blah's at 80% or 90% or something like that. Let us know mid-fight so we know, hey, we may need to focus this person down really quickly, or we need to make sure we're playing ready for this ultimate. So our shot caller can make defensive plays. Oh, Zara is at 80%. Okay, make sure you guys are playing spread out. Oh, they have Blade or something, or they have this ultimate. Make sure you're playing around this thing or whatever. Make sure you're playing a specific way or being able to focus stuff down. So just kind of keep that in mind when it comes to those situations and stuff like that. One thing that I do want to hear a little bit more, well, no, because you were doing that as well, telling us like how we need to defend and stuff like that. So I'm not even gonna say anything on that because you was doing that as well. But I do want to say for anybody else who does shot call and stuff like that, make sure that when you are shot calling, you're also coming up with defensive stuff. Not only are you wanting to do something for your own ultimates, so you do want to make sure you're having a plan each fight and stuff like that with ultimates or dry fight or anything. Make sure you're calling that out. But also the other thing is make sure that you are making a plan for the enemy team, or for the enemy team's ultimates. So if you know they're going to use this ult this time, then make sure you're kind of, hey, we need to do this, or we need to play this way, or we need to do around that. So just kind of keep that in mind as well when it comes to shot calling. All right, so Robot, last map that we're going to be doing. What do you want to do?
Nepal.
Nepal? Okay.
I'm gonna go
So you
ball.
3.9 on, are you 3.9 on DPS?
Me?
No, Mpulse.
What?
You said you're 3.9 on DPS?
I never said I'm 3.9 on anything.
What's your DPSs are?
Like 3.1. Like when it got placed.
I doubt that, dude. I don't know.
Prepare for battle. Select
Alright,
your
let's
hero.
run dive.
Okay.
Why do you think?
I don't know. Frogger he likes playing
Frogger?
tank. I don't know. Here,
What?
go Winston. Winston.
Okay, I'm on.
Go Winston.
What
We're
DPS
on
do you want
tank
for
team. Are you
this?
a good hog?
Me? Yeah.
Alright, go hog.
I mean, good by diamond, but whatever.
What DPS are you wanting?
We do have a ball. Let's go Tracer.
And
Okay.
Tracer and Genji.
Nick,
Yeah,
what are you
I
wanting?
can tell. There's no way you're
Yeah.
3.9 on DPS. I mean,
I never said I was.
he's
yeah, you're still
like
3.9 now.
3.8.
Dude, I'm a 4.2
on
tank
healer.
peak. I beat Super Space Tank Duo. Let's
One.
win.
Yeah,
One.
at most I'm a 3.1
Objective.
on DPS.
Yeah, I can tell.
Yeah, I bet. I'm not in Masters on support for my mechanical
Okay,
skill.
Ryan's
I
already
can tell you
there.
that.
He's gonna Ash her.
I'm just gonna. That ball, that Ray right is a feeder. What's your right? He's on point. Like, the room behind.
Zen's one.
That is
Oh,
all
not
you
anymore.
guys are good.
Deja vu.
Wait, can I get some help, please?
Right under.
Oh,
Where are we
shit.
going? Ryan's one.
Ryan.
He's literally behind.
Tracer inside.
Who are we on? Who are we on?
Knocked up the point. Killed it inside.
I don't even know. Kill gets on point.
Oh, ball.
Ball, ball's
Okay.
rolling around. Ball,
He's in
ball,
there.
ball. He's like.
Hold on. Next target.
Ben,
Ash.
right.
Ash is dead.
Frank can die. Yeah, it's okay. That's killing
Tracer here on me.
No, I'm like low HP.
I almost took mine.
Give me a line.
Window.
Get ball. Multi-blocking, guys, just shoot him.
And immortality.
Pushing.
I have pulse bomb in 3.
Rank.
Mines are out.
Do you want pulse bomb here?
Tracer bind, you guys? Tracer bind?
Robot, do you want pulse or no?
You can bomb. Let's do it.
Okay.
Silver healing.
Run and shield.
Got their trance out.
Oh, they just need both the portal.
Oh. Alright,
Yeah.
can we all track?
They have
Okay, this is
the
good.
window or?
Never mind, it's
Oh,
bad.
Yeah,
no,
they
it's
window,
dead.
they window, they
Yep.
trans. They
Yeah,
have no support ult.
They have pulse and mines. Probably Bob too. Probably
Alright.
about 80 to Shredder, 90.
Alright.
Silver healing.
Robot, what are we doing here?
Let's do window and get our play really fast. I can beat the ball off.
Oh, you dashed out of it.
Played.
No, we're down our.
On the Zen.
Or Lucio's 1v1 against Tracer.
Okay, wait.
They have no.
No immortality.
Yeah.
On the back.
Oh,
Help.
Ryan, run a point. All ball point.
Null's low.
Tracer's behind you.
Steal hog. Okay, nice.
I'm dealing with the tracer.
Ball here.
Tracer no recall.
Shit.
Nice, dude.
Nice.
Wait, you play passive. Don't go that far in. Don't go.
Can we all track Novus?
Still have Bob. They probably have window again.
Okay.
Probably a Shredder.
Okay.
On it now.
What else are we gonna use this fight?
Bob.
Yeah, I can roll them. I can get
Ash left alone. Ash left feeding. Alone. Shredder.
Solo share.
I have pulse bomb again.
Probably have Trent, Bob.
I can boop this end.
Alright, what else are we gonna use this fight, Robot?
Blade pulse. Use your ult, use your ult.
Yeah,
Nope.
please just win the fight. Let's fight. If we win, I'm almost gonna
Still alive.
That supports what I did.
Come back. I'm getting the Ash. I'm gonna get the Ash.
Speed in, Lucio.
just
Ash on point, Ash on point.
Well, that just happened.
Oh my god, the fucking Tracer.
Bob's up him.
Tracer dead.
Nice soup.
The enemy team
I'm
still
gonna
has
chill,
one more
I'm gonna
fight.
chill on point,
So we
and
only
I can
have
move
one
them
on.
off the map.
So if the enemy team wins this,
They might touch a shatter.
we're not gonna be able to win unless we're just better than them in general.
Yeah,
Yeah,
they're
Ryan's gonna touch. Good for shatter.
Best
Those ball.
round.
Oh, they're
Oh,
so
Nice
bad.
soup.
Lights out.
Dude, Bob was fun.
Silver healing, dude.
All right, that's cool.
Yeah, gold.
0.
Oh, mango.
All right, so one thing I do want to say, Robot, mention this really quick. On maps like that, I'm pretty sure you know, but for everybody else who don't know, once you get to 85% on a map, that's last fight. So when you were saying the fight before, when they was only at 56%, use all the ultimates, you want to be very careful doing that. Just because of the enemy team, like the enemy team has ultimates and stuff like that, you don't want to end up losing that fight. And then we have nothing to contest.
Because we were at 85, so if we won, that's our last.
Yes,
our
but
last
if
fight
we
that win.
use every ult there, that fight's gonna go from 56 to around 80, which means that is now our last fight to win. If
Yeah,
we
but
lose
win,
that,
then we win
No,
the
yeah,
fight.
but I got the pick
Yeah,
on
but
the
we
Zen.
just
That's
win.
why I wanted to go aggro.
okay,
Yeah,
okay,
yeah,
okay.
win.
That makes but either way, that's what you want to be worried about when committing too many ults. If there's another fight to go, so just kind of keep that
Yeah,
in mind.
but the reason that I called for like you could start it by the way.
Okay.
The reason why I called for all the ults there is because then you were gonna win. I picked up the Zen. They had no trend.
No, it's fine. It's just something that I do want to mention since we haven't played a King of the Hill yet.
Roger, I'm not scared
Who
for
has gold
money,
damage?
bro.
Who has gold damage?
I do.
Not me.
Oh, what's
I have
that?
all the gold medals. I have 4 gold medals and silver healing, dude.
Dude, I have a gold damage, gold silver objective time, and silver damage. What's
Really?
the?
I have. It's okay. Damage is 4.5.
Oh, I'm at 3.4.
5,
Yeah, I'm at like
Okay.
2.6.
Oh, 11, 4, 23.
1.
Yeah.
Yeah, his is like 6.
The objective.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah, it's just the
Roger,
sensor
I'm
just
not
above
scared
mine.
won't be winning a bronze Lucio, dude. I'm not scared of it.
What the fuck?
What?
Mommy, right?
All on point.
Yeah, okay.
Are we, okay. Oop.
You're like pretty calm.
Ball.
They have a.
Monkey's on.
Yeah, they're running dive. They're running dive.
Okay. Yeah,
Only their tanks are.
I'm back.
Yeah, it's dive.
The objective is now
Probably about 70 to Bob, 70 to Heine, 50 to.
I'm stopping off ball because I gotta play Zarya here. You could go Winston or stay Hog.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, get the Winston.
Winston's.
Mercy, one, please. Mercy, one. Oh my god.
Oh, I got Oh, dude, there's a mine actually on the Mega. That sucks.
Go Winston. Go Winston.
Yeah,
Go in.
Oh my god.
Quick one.
Go to point.
Mercy's popping.
Yeah, she got nanoed.
This
Mercy
fight's
is out.
Let's go.
Maybe not.
I got Mercy.
Oh, one. Literally one ball.
Anna's one. Anna's low.
Yeah, I don't know where we should.
Set.
Can we get a Reaper instead
And
of Tracer?
yeah.
Well, that just happened.
We have Bob.
Wait, bubble.
Come on.
Last fight. Monkey killed it by
Bob, burn Bob, burn Bob.
I got on.
Let them up.
Didn't know if you ulted.
This monkey is weird.
I call that a professional.
Stick damage, farm for me.
Yeah, yep. 1, 2. Yeah, I have grab. Doom, we can come.
They're on fire now. Probably,
Alright.
they use Primo, they use Mines. Probably a Valve, and Bob.
Doom, you can get in position for a rollout.
Yeah,
Ready? Are you ready? Are you ready? That's all. Let's go.
They use Nano.
Fire Mercy, right
Fire mercy
side.
by fire mercy.
Pharmacy on the left. They're running away. Nice grab.
Mercy's one.
Yeah, I can see you over there, Doom.
The only way we kill him is if I hook him, so we're not gonna kill him.
Run Zarya now.
We have the BAP.
They probably have Mines.
And also, if she comes close, I can. Zarya one.
Zarya no bubbles, Zarya no bubbles.
Got her?
Ball.
One ball.
Oh man, dude.
Baited. Care.
Killing on the side.
Almost.
I have death blossom here.
Fire.
One window.
On, mercy one.
Fire. Fire main.
Oh, I need. Back.
D.Va now, no more Zarya. Fire's main.
It's fine. We won't have to go out. We won't have to. Oh, D.Va.
Come back to point, I can window point.
Melt them.
I have blossom.
Ball. Bubble. Ball.
There we go.
Big.
That's what I like to see, the Pro Zarya game clip.
0.
Yeah, dude, that bubble, dude. Reaper? Nice.
We let Reapers blossom here. Let's go up top.
Oh, I have silver healing. Or in bronze healing now.
Oh,
Nice.
big for us.
You've
Here,
had
come
it.
here. Up here.
We playing the same team comp?
TP.
You want
Yeah,
Toward
here.
TP.
TP for spawn.
Toward
TP
TP,
for
toward
Reaper.
TP.
Reaper, TP for spawn.
5,
Reaper. Alright, TP. Then swap. TP, swap, go Reaper. Come back.
round 3.
Let's go.
Is it a charge or fun?
Is it not gonna go?
My teleporter is online.
Nah.
Alright, let's go.
I understand.
And main, now the top. They have Doom.
Then, you can push main, right?
It's just Doom point.
The objective is
He's not even
He
here.
got out.
He's just at bottom.
They're up top there.
Yeah, they're Asher's top.
New
Ryan's
bottom.
main. I'm with you, Zarya.
Wait, where are you?
I'm right beside you.
Looks like they're going.
I don't see you.
Asher's top.
Mega.
Asher's
Yeah,
top.
they're bad.
I can't see you guys. Just fight in this room so I can hit more. Ryan's in now.
Back up, Ryan. Never.
Okay, what are they? They're on Zen, Ana, they're not Ana, May.
I got immortality.
Oh, you're more than
Grab it, let's go.
It's freaking Maywall. Or Mason.
Push up. You guys are walled,
Oh, I broke it. I broke wall.
Wall to well.
Back, we need back.
Nah, I'm holding it.
Alright, I can window. When they trans, can you sprint through it?
Alright, we back up.
Oh, wait, hold on. Five strikes soon. 5 strikes soon.
They're going main. Come here.
Yeah, they're going main.
My turn. Prince up there watching them.
Can we still window 5 strike?
They're no, they're
May's right side.
Oh, somebody DC'd, I think.
May right side, help me.
Oh, what's going on?
Somebody it's an auto DC if somebody DC'd, so I'm gonna see. Yep, somebody DC'd.
On there.
Let's see.
Ew, what you sucking on? Is it big?
Oh fuck yeah, dude.
Big slurp, man.
Nice.
I'm
There
at
he is,
bottom
right
Oh,
here
here.
in the
shoot.
bottle.
Alright, the Road Dogg has hook. He is looking at me very weirdly.
I will toss immortality if you get hooked.
Oh,
Yeah,
there's a
dude,
May.
There's a May. Yeah, let's go.
Yeah,
to
our
May.
Zen's gonna die. It's fine. Who cares?
Zen, are you like right side on the bridge?
Yeah, Zen's right side.
Okay.
Yeah, I can't
Turn-
see him right now.
What I'm gonna do, I'm gonna crouch, or I'm gonna rocket jump right away as soon as it starts, so I can dodge the.
That's big for us.
Honestly, Zen, I think I'm just gonna let you die. I don't know what it is.
Oh,
I'll
dang.
try. I'll try.
I do have bubble. I do have bubble.
No, I'll kill them.
They're 5v6 now.
Got my ult.
Okay, main cryo.
Oh, they put Reaper in. Okay.
Oh, Reaper's in.
Nice.
On site, on site.
Yeah, let's go.
Oh
Oh,
my
no hook.
god.
He has no hook. He has no hook. I have block counter, by the way.
Do you want a Reaper out here or no?
I have bubble. 2 seconds. 2 seconds. 2 seconds. Alright, got it. Oh, dude, the Ryan's still the bubble.
Ryan.
We still win.
Okay, it's toxic.
Junkrat right side.
Yeah, it was pretty much last fight, so.
Site.
Good.
Okay, so one thing I do want to keep point out on this one is like during that little last section where I was asking if we need to use Reaper ult and stuff. You want to pretty much, if you can, go ahead throw whatever you want into it if you see an opportunity. Just the same way as you did on
I was gonna bubble you, but
Yeah,
Ryan
no.
stole the bubble.
No, it's fine. It's fine. The whole thing there is like if we have multiple ults that can win the fight, and if we're already kind of putting aggressive there, that's fine. But the big thing you want to look at is the percentage that the enemy team has. We're at 99%. They're at 0%. So even if we go in using 2, 3, 4 ultimates and still lose the fight, we can do 2 or 3 dry fights, and then we come back in when it's later on with more ults than they do. So just kind of keep
Just
that in
don't be
mind.
bad, Omegle. That's how you play the game. Don't be bad.
Yeah, easy.
Well, I mean, yeah, that's easy to understand for people that are
Easy.
higher ranks and stuff like that, but people that are gold or plat or diamond who's never been on teams or anything like that, even I've ran into masters. I've had a 4.2 tryout on one of our teams.
How to play people? What's it called? I'm top 500 tank player, so I'm basically top 500 in every role. That's how it works. Name me a hero. I'll tell you how to. Yeah, I'll give you a 5-second guide.
I didn't come here to listen to you. I came here to listen to Mpulse.
Yo,
and-
shut up. Are you gonna
Give me
1v1 me?
no, dude, that's for shot calling.
1v1 me.
I'm giving you tips on how to play a hero. Name a hero. I'll tell you how to play the.
Oh yeah, like
Yo, 1v1.
Robert, like I said, if you wanna, yeah, we can do that. You can give
Yeah,
Yeah,
please.
I don't wanna
do
talk
stuff
about
later on. Then yeah, definitely. But all right, so
Mystery Heroes
been
is
an
nice
hour
to
and a
play
half.
dog.
that's what I was gonna say. It's been an hour and a half. So do any of you guys have any questions or anything like that before I head out or anything?